Dearest gentle reader, we have been apart for far too long.
Okay, y'all. So we know, I'm just jump right into this. So we know that at the end of the first half of season 3, Bridgerton, Penelope and Colin darn near got Bucky naked in the back of the carriage, and he invited her in because he said he's ready to propose. That's his wifey, okay? And so now as episode 5, TikTok opens up, we are being ushered into the Bridgerton home so that he can make the family announcement, okay? A warm welcome from everybody, okay? All of the younger sisters, the mama, everyone's so excited for Colin and Penelope. Meanwhile, Eloise is on the side looking like, girl, you still ain't told him the truth. If you tell him the truth, I doubt he'll really want to marry you. So you better do it, and you better do it fast, or I'ma do it. Okay. Next thing we see, honey, is Lady Tillery and Daggum Benedict. And they are in the bed, honey, getting Bucky naked. And this is how he finds out that his brother Colin is now engaged. We also see the other Bridgerton brother that was just married in season 2, honey. His name escapes me. But he and wifey are pregnant. And they're super, super excited about that. Okay. And so again, she's lady of the house, but she had decided to kind of leave and give the Mrs. Bridgerton time to adjust. Okay. Now we see Cressida and Eloise having a conversation, and basically Cressida is like, I'm gonna just have to marry this old man. I can be like Lady Danbury, marry him for money, shop, live my life, do my thing. And I'll be all right. And Eloise is like, well, sis, you got to do what you got to do, because Eloise is consumed with the thought of Penelope and Colin, right? And Penelope being Lady Whistledown. And so now that Penelope's officially engaged, she don't even tell her mama and sister. She lets them find out in Lady Whistledown's paper. And so the mama comes in, and just Lady Featherington is just so gross. You know what I'm saying? She's really a terrible mother, especially to Penelope, because she's basically like, what are you doing? He's the most eligible bachelor. What makes you think you're worthy of him? What makes you think you deserve him, honey? And why does Colin over here? Next thing we know, Colin's in there, and he's like, I'd appreciate it if you don't talk about the Bridgerton name, which will soon be your daughter's name, any of us, okay? Unless you can speak properly. All right. And so I guess that utterly and completely checked her, because her mouth fell open and she looked like she was in order after that. But it must have turned Penelope on, because next thing we know, honey, Penelope butt booty naked on the chaise lounge while he's doing the unthinkable. They are literally getting Bucky naked. I mean, I'm seeing titas, okay? I'm seeing all his little chest hair. I'm seeing everything. And I'm like, we just decided we're going to go to the jungle. We're not going to wait, however many weeks to this wedding. We're just going to get it on right now. I mean, what's good for the goose, honey? Good for the gander. Now we see Francesca and her new love, honey. And she is utterly smitten and in love with that man. And he is in love with her too. He is in love with her too. And I love it. And now I don't know if they both socially awkward, right? And I think present day, they both might be like on the spectrum, right? But I absolutely love that for them. They seem like they are enjoying one another, and they compliment each other. You know what I mean? It's never forced when they're alone and having their interactions. Meanwhile, the queen, honey, the queen is sick of Lady Whistledown, and she got to get to the bottom of it. Who is this lady? She says, okay, Lady Whistledown must be happy or doing something because she's slipping. This is our chance. So this is when the queen decides she is going to issue a statement, actually a reward for anyone who can turn over Lady Whistledown. They'll get 5,000 pounds, honey. 5,000 pounds in those days would cure a lot of ills. Okay. Next, we see Cressida and her parents, and honey, she gets the old man. And the old man made her change her plans. Okay. We see the Mondrichs. And we know that they're newly into society, and that he's having to close down his bar because it's not proper for a gentleman to have that. And they are roped in literally by Lady Danbury to host a party. Okay. And this is their real big opportunity to impress the queen and to impress society. And so, we'll see how that goes. Meanwhile, the Bridgertons have already got the engagement party planned, and Lady Featherington and Penelope are off to go to the party. And Lady Featherington is on her best behavior because now she's got to cozy up to them. Okay. She's got to cozy up to them because we know she's a social climber. She's been that way from before. She was that way when Marina was in the house, and Marina was going to marry Colin. Okay. Honey, Francesca's introducing her man, Lord Sterling, to everybody, trying to get him to tell a joke and tell a story. And he's just socially awkward. He's just not going to do it. But again, I love it for her because she loves it for her. You know what I'm saying? You can't beat that. Now they're at the engagement party. And again, Eloise is like, you got till midnight. Till the clock strikes 12, Penelope. And if you don't tell my brother, I'm telling everyone. Do you hear me? And so now we see Cressida and Eloise talking, and Cressida's like, I can't marry that old man. Listen, I'm not going to be able to do it. But what I can do is find Lady Whistledown. I can get that 5,000 pounds and I can be on my merry way. I can be a single woman of the, whatever time period they're in, and I can live my best life single. All right. And I don't have to be up under no old decrepit man. And Eloise is like, how you gonna do that? I looked for her and I couldn't find her. And Cressida was like, what are you trying to say? Because I'm not as smart as you, I wouldn't be able to do it. Eloise was like, nah, sis. And we all know why, because Eloise knows exactly who Lady Whistledown is. That's all that was, sis. Cressida, she wasn't trying to slight you, but I still don't even know why y'all became friends. I will say this, Cressida did try. Cressida tried, but all signs pointed negatively. Okay. And so now we got a bunch of secrets we're thinking about. The other Bridgerton son who's married, they want to make the announcement tonight. And so they're talking about, oh, it's time to tell everybody. And so now Cressida is talking with everyone, and they're like, oh, the queen, has offered this money. So definitely Lady Whistledown is going to be found now. Penelope's shaking in her panty drawers, right? Because pantaloons, whatever they wore, corsets, she's shaking. Whatever she's wearing, she's shaking in it because again, the clock's counting down like Cinderella. Okay. But Cressida's taking it all in like, oh yeah, a woman who got that much money would be fine. They'd be set up. They'd be great. That's more than any money. That's more money than any of us have. We should, that would be amazing. And so Cressida, honey, stands up on her own 2 feet and says, I'm Lady Whistledown. I'm Lady Whistledown. I'm Lady Whistledown. Honey, the mouths fell open, the gasps, the shocks, the awe, honey, and Penelope fell straight out in the middle of the people floor. And that is how episode 5, season 3, TikTok ended. Now, listen, I will say this, okay? The first half of season 3, it was not, it gave very predictable. It wasn't giving the intensity. It wasn't giving the passion. It wasn't giving the intrigue. It didn't give me any of that, if I can be honest with you. But going into episode 5, I will say I see a marked improvement. Okay. Just on the overall excitement of this episode. Like, I was truly engaged. They threw in some loops there. The Cressida thing was a complete surprise for me. I was not expecting that. I mean, everything else, okay, I get it, but I loved that element. I think we know as far as what's going to happen, Penelope and Colin, but I liked that they added this element of intrigue. I really, really enjoyed that. Yeah. And so you guys, I will be back in another video to cover my episode 6 review for Bridgerton season 3. But you guys let me know, what did you think of episode 5? Are you here for it? Was it better for you already than the first part, or did you just absolutely adore the first part of season 3? I would love to talk about it in the comments. And if you're still here, thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.